Yeah, it's the cycle of abuse, Connor.
Yeah. Get used to it. We are. I remember when we first started though, like, and we were doing it in your room, in your apartment, with your phone set up. Mm-hmm. And I wasn't used to, I never had a pod, and it felt so awkward. I just remember being like, oh my God, I'm on camera now.
Totally, yeah. You're like hyper aware that you're on camera the entire time.
Yeah.
Even though those don't exist anymore, like the videos. Yeah. I still have the audio though. I have all the audio. We should release that. We say that all the time.
Yeah.
It probably sucks.
It probably really sucks. I mean,
except for the one time when we read the story.
Yeah.
The Chinese soap opera story.
Yes.
Like the first time.
So good.
Truly, you were crying reading it.
Yeah.
We do
have video of that.
Yeah.
At least a little clip or something.
It was absolutely a legendary post.
You know what would suck is if we listened to that audio and then we're like, actually, we haven't improved. That would be way worse.
Yeah. That's, that's probably what happened.
People don't change.
Yeah.
People don't get better.
And by change we mean get better at the thing we've been doing for probably 3 years now.
Well, we haven't gotten better at the intro. That's gotten worse.
I know.
Let's just get it done now. Welcome to Worthless Clowns, the podcast about how stupid we are. I'm Brittany Cardwell, Britonis Cardwell on Instagram. It's running out of breath.
I'm Ali O'Neill. You can find me on Instagram. It's Ali O'Neill. Follow the YouTube, you get it.
Tell your friends, please subscribe if you hadn't. We're getting close to 1,000, and it would just make our days once we got. Thank you, Connor.
Thank you, Connor.
We're gonna get ourselves something nice when we get to 1,000.
Yeah. By the way, Connor's acting like a fucking freak today.
Connor's microdosing. I don't know if we're allowed to tell that. We can cut that out if you want. But so we've been trying to act like he's being weird, and like we don't get him now. So
I like how you did this bit and then had to talk about what you're gonna do in the podcast, and then decided to jump right back into it.
Went right back into
it's the only thing I can. It's the only thing that I can talk about right now.
It's the only thing going on in our lives. Is what's going on in your life.
Yeah. Is you being?
That's why we started the pod so late. Yeah. We're like, there's nothing happening. We have plateaued in our lives.
I know.
At the same time, weird.
Yeah. Dude, today I went to the hairdresser and I was talking to my hairdresser.
Oh, you
she
got your
fucking rules.
haircut.
Yes. It's hard to tell that it's different now because it's still like wet with the mousse in it. Yeah. But once I scrunch it out, you'll see all the texture. Mm-hmm. But truly well,
it looks lighter.
Yeah, it's definitely lighter. It has a lot of layers in it. But since it still has like the scrunchy mousse shit in it, it just looks like every time I wash my hair. But, and it is a little shorter. And also it's like much, like these parts are like so much curlier because
they're shorter.
Because like they've been weighed down so much.
Wait, so did she do the scrunchy mousse for you this time, or did you go home and redo it?
No, I go home and redo it because I like, the products that I use, I like. Mm-hmm. And also it takes a really long time to diffuse dry my hair. Yeah. So I just never ask them to do it. Because it would take so long. They don't just do it
naturally? Like, they don't style your hair?
They used to style my hair, but not in the way that I style my hair.
Oh, yeah.
And that was at my old hairdresser.
They, blow it out and wave it or something?
No, kind of. They, you're just... Can I finish?
Yeah.
It's just, they don't style my hair the way that I style my hair.
Yeah.
The way that they styled it doesn't matter because I don't remember. And so, basically... At my new hairdresser, she's like, I can diffuse it, but also it's like, she only has 1 or 2 hour blocks. So I'm like, either she can diffuse it half the amount and it won't look the way that I like, or I could just go home and do it myself and give her the time back so she can have a snack in between her clients. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm like, I'm not going to make somebody else do it. And my haircuts are $125, which I feel like is pretty affordable for haircuts. So I'm not expecting a extreme full service thing. Also, nobody's just nobody's gonna do style my hair the way that I want to style my hair.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even if I explain it really explicitly.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna do it. I know that people like getting their hair blown out and stuff, but I just don't want that.
Yeah.
You know. So anyway, I was talking to her today, and she was like, how's the podcast? And I was like, it's fine. It's still extremely fun to do, but me and Brittany are too busy to change it in any way, like right now. Like we know that we have to like maybe do a rebrand or something, but both of us are just too tired to do that right now. So we're just kind of coasting.
Yeah.
But and I was like, yeah, also every idiot in the world has a podcast and they're like ruining America with it. So it's it's kind of hard to like set yourself apart as a podcast when people have like Donald Trump on and they're like, I didn't know he was a liar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like podcasting has become too accessible, I fear. It's fucking crazy.
I agree.
Yeah. Anyway, come to my friend's basement studio and look Connor in the eyes and shake him.
Yeah. Man. Get him talking about some existential stuff as well.
Oh, yeah. You got any updates since yesterday?
Well, I told you and Kelly yesterday about my ceiling falling through,
yes. Right? Did you stay there last night?
No, I'm not staying there all weekend.
Okay, good.
I haven't told Dwayne that yet, but I'm not going back.
Yeah.
I had to go back today because I had an Amazon delivery.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't want that sitting around all weekend. Mm-hmm. So anyway, I called my dad on the way home today.
Oh boy.
And I was just calling to catch up. But the first thing he told me, he's like, yeah, I'm working on this guy's car. You know, he's always like rebuilding stuff.
Yeah,
he's like
boats
helping
and cars.
this old guy like redo his car just so that the old guy can finally feel like it's like a, you know, like a classic car or whatever. The old guy's just been letting it sit in his garage.
Yeah.
And I don't know, my brother and dad are like helping him like make it look good and usable and stuff. And it sounds like the guy wants to resell it to them later anyway. So it's like they're doing work that they would already have done. It'd be like their car later. So he's like redoing this car and he goes, yeah, Brittany, man, I gotta tell you this. The exhaust pipe, I look down there, it's all corroded and stuff. And this guy's got a Pepsi can in the exhaust. I'm talking like Seinfeld now.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you turned into Seinfeld. And he's got a Pepsi can in the exhaust.
He put a Pepsi can in there as like a makeshift like fix to the
holes,
corroding exhaust or whatever.
I've seen that before.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, this is the perfect time to tell my dad about the shitty job they did with my ceiling.
Yeah, I
just like used it to connect with him.
Yeah. You know what else sucks, Dad?
Yeah. Check this out. And I sent him all the photos, and he was like loving it.
Yeah,
so it was a nice little bonding moment we had there.
That's sweet. Yeah.
It's the best way to get to my dad's heart is to be like, look at how bad this was done.
Yeah, just
and
talking
he goes,
shit.
Yeah. Oh my God. And then at one point in the conversation, he goes, it was so funny. I mean, I was telling him about the other problems I had with the apartment before. And then at some point he goes like, man, pretty serious conversation we're having. I was like,
wait, really?
Yes. And I was like, what? And then to me, I'm like, oh, so my dad feels emotionally connected to his daughter when she brings him house issues.
Yeah. Like if you guys were in person, he would have put his hand on your shoulder.
Totally.
And been like,
so funny.
I really like spending time with you, Britt.
Yeah.
like that.
I got to show him more of the issues.
Totally, yeah. Little did you know it's very easy to connect with him, actually.
It was so cute in a way, but I was like, really?
Yeah.
I'm telling you about my ceiling falling out?
Also, it's funny because, like, I also talk about that stuff with my dad because it's the only thing he'll listen to me about. But the thing is, there's a fine, with my dad, I don't know if your parents are the same. With my dad, there's a fine line between me talking shit about that and then my dad thinking that I live in a hellhole.
Yeah, I was worried he was
what I mean?
Where is she?
Yeah, being
and then
like,
I was walking home and I saw a rat. And so on the phone I go like, ugh, there's a rat. And he thinks I'm in my apartment. So he's like, Brittany, you gotta get out of there. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, it's okay. It's and like I would love to talk shit with my dad, but he'd be like, my dad is very good at doing this. He like makes me feel like a fucking idiot for not doing. He's like, well, you gotta, and I'm like, first of all, I rent.
Yeah.
I don't have any leverage here. Mm-hmm. I know that I pay rent here, but if I complain too much, they're going to raise my rent by $1,000 next year. Mm-hmm. So, and like he's like, well, that's not, and I'm like, but buddy, you don't fucking understand what's going on. That's what
happens here, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like it starts with like talking shit about stuff, and then he's like, well, you fucking idiot, why do you live in New York? And then, so it's like, I would bring more shit like that to my dad if I wasn't afraid that I would be called a fucking idiot for choosing to live my life this way. You know what I mean?
And I was like, I could feel that he thought that a little bit, like, I'm living in squalor. He's never been to this apartment. Only my mom has. I'm sure my mom thought it was gross.
Yeah, but it's not. It's like
it's a regular New York apartment.
It's a regular, like, old building apartment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
But I could feel him, like, thinking that maybe a little bit. And I'm like, yeah, man, you pay this. I was trying to be like, I understand. This sounds bad.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, you pay like thousands of dollars a month for rent, and this is what you are living in, like in New York. It's just the way it is.
Yeah.
And I was like trying to be like, I get it, Dad. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
But I'm like one of millions.
Yeah, literally 9 million people who do the same exact thing. Yeah, and it's
they
like,
just put up with it.
Yeah, we all want to live here.
Yeah.
And it's also not our faults for putting up with it. It's landlords' faults.
Yeah.
It's all landlords' faults.
And also, a lot of people who live in New York, you don't live here to hang out in your home.
Yes.
So there's always a like, yeah, if I was in a home, and that's like the reason I was there is because I love spending time in my home.
Yes.
I would be way more pissed about this.
Totally.
I am pissed, but I'm like, I don't want to be there.
Yeah. It's not like...
I want to be only in this podcast studio.
That's right.
Did you know that, Connor? I just want to be here.
That is incredible.
I'm just trying to promo the business, you know?
I mean, you're doing a good job balancing of putting me down and lifting me up in this one.
Yeah, it's the cycle of abuse, Connor.
Yeah. Get used to it. We are. We've been used to it for, I don't know.
Get used to it. We are. Absolutely insane thing to say to someone. You know what Dave said to me today? So we have our sides of the bed that we sleep in.
Yeah.
And he like went upstairs for something and I got in his side of the bed and I'm like, ooh, it's way different over here. And then he got in my side of the bed and he's like, whoa. This is a way better side of the bed. And I'm like, yeah, I know. That's why I chose it. Yeah. And he's like, this is crazy. You got this table over here and you're more in front of the TV. And I'm like, yeah, it fucking rules. And he's like, I'm going to take it from you. And I'm like, no, you're not. And he's like, I'm bigger. And I was like, you got me there, buddy.
I'm bigger.
Yeah, just a threat.
Such a like elementary school like.
Yeah, he was like, "Well, I'm bigger than you." So, and I'm like, "Damn."
Man, Dwayne comes over and this happens so much. When he comes over, he'll be like, "Wait, do I always sleep on this side of the bed?" This has happened like 10 times. He never knows which side he's on. I think he switches and then he'll be like, wait. He'll be like in bed. He's like, wait, is this my side?
Do you guys have sides of the bed that you always, like when you're at his place?
When I'm at his, we have sides.
Yeah.
When he's at mine, I do feel like it's kind of, he just picks a spot and then, I don't know.
And
I
then
don't
you
care.
just figure it out around
Because
him.
I kind of, I guess in my own bed, I sort of sleep to one side, but I go all over the place. So for me, I'm not like, I absolutely need to be on this side.
Totally.
Yeah.
That makes sense in your own bed. Yeah, Dave and I, we would always switch, like, depending on, like, also, when you have your own room and you don't live with anybody, your bed is in the corner. It's always going to be up against a wall, you know? So it makes sense that you switch with your partner because it's like, I'm getting up before you and I don't want to climb over you or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, maybe that's why, because mine is now in the center. It's not on the corner.
Oh, it's on a corner anymore.
So it doesn't matter which side he picks.
Gotcha. So it's not like tethered to anything. Yeah, like in my old room, like putting your bed in the corner just makes the most sense because it's like, I don't know. You don't have to center your bed because people don't have to get out both sides.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But now we have sides and I do have the better side.
Nice.
And I had a better table that's like more level with the bed and he got a little like gay table. He had a table that was
his
like
fault for getting a gay table.
Yeah. I know. He wanted to get like, he had an old table from his like old room and it was like kind of, it was like one of those, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like, sorry, Connor, like kind of cheap-ish furniture. You know what I mean?
You didn't need to say that at all.
No, it's important for the story, Connor.
For the audio only listeners.
Yeah, you're acting like a fucking freak, bro. Can you calm down? Sorry, it cracks me up every time I call you a freak.
It's just so funny too, because this table is not even part of the studio, like what's in the scene.
Totally, yeah.
I don't think it's ever used for that, as far as I know.
Maybe like
it's all
way back in the day.
stacked up, like
yeah,
it's supposed to be in a closet.
But
and
yeah,
you're like defending your
I know,
tables.
but I know you got that shit on Amazon for $90 for all 3 of those tables. So don't act like it's expensive furniture, Connor. I know you got them as a set for $90.
And the next thing we say to you will be positive.
No, it won't be if you keep acting like that. So he had like one of those, but it was like a good level for the table. So then he got an expensive little gay table that doesn't fit next to the bed really. And then he went over to my side and he was like, "Whoa, this is a nice table." And I'm like, "Yeah, you got rid of your better one for this gay one." And he's like, "Let me sleep over here." And I'm like, "No, dude, I'm not letting you sleep on my side of the bed." Now I'm like,
you can do that when you're gone.
Yeah, I told him, I was like, "You could sleep on the side of the bed when I'm not here, but that's it."
Yeah.
That's fucking it, bro.
Nice.
Anyway.
It would be weird to switch back and forth every night, too. You really got to choose the
side. In the
side.
place that you live in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, one other quick update. Last night, this involves you.
Oh, yeah.
Last night when we were at it Live from Outer Space, that's a show here that Ali now is a producer on. And
that's right. Don't come. It sucks.
Last night, it filled up.
Oh, yeah, but
yeah,
everybody in the audience had a bad time.
I don't know. I feel like it was decent. Like, over time, it seemed to, like, pipe up a bit. In the beginning, it was a little like... Anyway, afterwards, so Ben Katzner, who was on the pod, like, I don't know, a year or 2 ago. God, he's so funny.
Probably like
such
2
a great
years
hang.
now.
2 years, yeah. Man, watch his episode. He's
a
great guy.
It's one of the funnest episodes we've done.
Very fun. He moved to Minneapolis. We miss him.
Yeah.
But he's here this weekend. He was at Live from Outer Space because it was his birthday. And so were a bunch of like his friends and Sam's friends who were out for Sam's taping tonight. Including Jordan, Scott Huggins, who apparently Dave has been following on Instagram.
They follow each other
and
on
really
Instagram.
respects from a distance.
Yeah, which is funny because I knew that he was like friends of yours and probably a comic.
Yeah.
But like Dave was like, he's this guy? And then he had 80,000 followers. I was like, what the fuck? And I also like kind of bullied
posts.
him.
Yeah.
I also kind of bullied him that night.
Well, here's what happened. Is like I was like, "Hey, Ali, this is Jordan. Do you know Jordan?" And Ali's like, "Hey, what's up, dude? What's up, dude?"
Yeah.
And then Ali's like, "So, what? So who do you know? So who are you to me? What's going on? What's your connection here?"
I said, "Are you friends with Dwayne?" I said, "Are you friends with Dwayne?" And then he's like, and I was like, "Don't be fucking."
I mean, he was a little like he paused for too long.
He was being cagey about it.
Yeah.
But I thought that he was like trying to be silly, and he was like Dwayne's friend. And I was like, "Are you friends with Dwayne?" And he's like, I don't know. So I was like, "Don't fucking do that. That's dumb." I was like, "What a dumb joke to make." And he was like, "No, I was trying to say that, yes, I'm friends with Dwayne, but I'm more friends with Sam." And I was like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." Just met a man for the first time and immediately yelled at him. I was like, "Don't fucking be cagey with me."
But then what was so funny is like, Ali goes, "Oh, you're the guy who cooks his dog for your food for like 30 minutes, huh?"
Yeah.
Because that's the only thing I told Ali about him probably like 2 years ago when we went to Raleigh.
I'm sure you told me other stuff, but that's all I remember.
It was like probably an update I did on the pod.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Yeah, check this out. This guy's like cooking his dog meat for like 30 minutes on the stove, feeding it to her out of a spoon." So Ali goes up to Jordan. She's like, "What's your deal? Who are you?"
Yeah.
And then he's trying to answer. You guys just look like you didn't know how to talk to people.
Yeah.
And then she goes, "Oh, you're the guy who feeds your dog, cooks your dog a nice meal, huh?" And he looks at me, he's like, "You told her that?"
Yeah.
Later in the night, too, he was like, "I can't believe you told her that."
That's like
it's personal.
I know, yeah. It's weird that he's like, "I thought that was between us." It's weird that he like was like a little offended that I knew that, but it's like also dumb that I'm sure you were like,
We were making fun of him there.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. But I'm also sure, like, when you told me the story about staying at his place in Raleigh, that, like, you were like, oh, yeah, our friend Jordan, he's a comic. Like, he used to live here, but he moved down here. Like, you probably told me everything about him. Mm-hmm. And then we're like, also, he cooks his dog's food. And that's all that's stuck in my brain.
That's the standout part.
Yeah, that's the only thing that's stuck in my brain. And when I see him tonight, I'm going to be like, cooks your dog's food. And then, okay, we'll just, I'll tell this, and if we don't like it, then I'll just block it out or whatever. I'll like cut it out. But so there's this app. Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
So he held up this.
Man, this pod's all about Jordan.
Yeah, sorry, Jordan. So he held something up, and this is the example. So I downloaded the app. Hold on. Here it is.
It's a great app.
It's a great app.
It's called Big.
It's called Big. You can write whatever you want in it, and then it flashes the text black and white. So I did this last night, and I showed Dave.
There was like a comic up last night who really kind of bombed, and he pulled that app out, and he just wrote, "This sucks," and just showed it to me. Or he's like, "That really sucked." It's like flashing.
And I also didn't know this guy. I was like, put the F slur in it. Put the F slur in it. And he was like, no. And I was like, come on, you fucking pussy. Put the F slur in it. Put the F slur. Like, I hounded him. And then he put it in, and I leaned over to Lizzie, and I was like, God, men will do anything.
He loves his app.
Dude, I'm going to use that app.
He just wanted to connect with you, finally.
I know. All I did was harass him. And then immediately after that, I went home without saying goodbye. I was really on one last night. I was like, anyway, my chest hurts. I have to go home.
Man.
But one thing that was really funny that you did with the app was me and Molly Kornfeld.
Oh, yes.
Were talking about dicks.
Yep.
And sorry to anybody in the audience who has a cock like this, but we were talking about the very thin, long,
super
skinny
thin, long
dicks.
Yeah.
And how they, frankly, aren't great if you don't know how to use them.
Yeah.
And Brittany was like...
Well, we're going to find out how many listeners have this dick, so... I actually don't know the percentage of men.
If you harass us for talking about this, then you just told on yourself that you have the worst kind of dick. So...
I think it's a low percentage because it's
gotta be. I've never interacted with one.
I've only experienced this, like, truly what we're talking about once.
Yeah.
And maybe, like, sort of similar one other time.
And did the guy seem evil also?
He turned out to not be a great guy.
Yeah, I think if you have a cock like this, you're probably not a very good person. You're like Waluigi or something, you know?
Yeah.
So, Brittany and...
We're going on and on about...
Yeah, I'm sorry.
This specific type of penis.
We were talking about it, and then Brittany was like, yeah, that's like the worst kind that you can get. And it made me crack up. And then, like, when we're having this conversation with Jordan and he's using the big text thing, Brittany, she's like, let me see. And then she wrote in it, that's the worst kind of dick you can get, which is like a whole sentence. So it makes it. It's like the big text thing is kind of only impactful if you have one big word.
Yeah.
But she wrote it in entire sentence in it. And it's like flash. Oh, it was so funny. It was so funny.
It's also a really, he was like, here, write something. Yeah, you can write something. Use it. He was like doing it like it'd be fun and let me explore.
Yeah,
and
you can do it, buddy.
But then I wrote something that they had no idea what it meant. And then he actually, I realized this later. I wrote, it's the worst one you could get. And you and Molly laughed, or whoever else was around. Must have only been you. And then Dwayne and Jordan laugh. And I'm like, you guys weren't there. But then Jordan laughs, and then he starts talking about Hashimoto's again. And I'm like, oh, he thinks I'm talking about our disease we both have. He has Hashimoto's too. So we were bonding over that. Get yourself some Hashimoto's, guys, and write in the comments. You cook your dog's food good is flashing. You show that to him tonight.
I'm not going to say hi or anything.
Wait, can I be there when you do it?
Yeah.
Oh. She's gonna walk up to Jordan, who she barely knows.
Yeah, a man who I've talked to for 10 minutes and harassed the entire 10 minutes.
And flash, you cook your dog's food good on Big the app. It's gonna be great.
Can't wait.
Be great. Do it after his set, right when he comes off and he's like in like the high of doing well.
Yeah, and I'll be like, you're the guy who cooks his dog's food. I'm gonna write, you're the guy who cooks his dog's food, right? That's what I'm gonna write.
Man, so funny.
Anyway, I'm gonna use that as my stupid story, just harassing a man I've never met before because I couldn't think of anything today.
Perfect. It was actually I didn't hear like half of what had happened last night, so some of this was new to me.
Yeah. When I made him put the F slur into the thing,
yeah,
and then
I didn't know
was
about that.
And then also he showed it to me, and I was like, Jesus Christ, dude. I think
he wanted you to like him.
Yeah. Then I was like, God, men will do anything. I was like, such a dick about it. Oh man, my fucking chest hurts from laughing.
Yeah, man.
Oh, and then I got home and I was like, baby, I met this guy, and he's like, a man who I'm a huge fan of. Like, it's so funny.
I was just looking at what my story is. Should I get into it now, I guess?
Yeah, got into it.
Okay.
We got fucking, it's 5:52.
Oh, okay. We got a good time.
Yeah, we got 20 minutes-ish.
So maybe a part of this you've heard me say before, but I don't think it's on the pod. And I realize it's connected to another thing. In elementary school, one time I got called into like, I don't know, either my teachers, must have been just my teacher talking to me. Called into, maybe she was like, I want to talk to you after class.
Yeah,
right?
a privately.
Yeah. And I come in and then it was me and another girl. She called us both back. And this is like 4th grade, maybe 3rd grade.
Sorry, I'm just laughing at you, like, remembering the details. Yeah. You were like, so I was in school. No, after class. No, and the teacher. No, 2 teachers. Like, every detail. You're like, it was.
Wait.
It was during class. No, after. And it was me. No, me and another girl. Like, you just keep doing that. Sorry.
So she calls us to talk to her after class. We had a test recently, and she sits us down and she puts our tests in front of us. And I'm like, what's going on here? Right?
Oh, no.
Or maybe an assignment or whatever. No. Assignment. No. Test. No.
A test.
Quiz.
No. Assignment. 2. No. 4.
Wait, no. This is like me. I make fun of my dad when he talks to me.
Mm-hmm.
And when he's correcting himself in a conversation, he goes, correction.
Yeah.
And then he like rephrases it. And I laugh. He did that today on the phone. It was so funny.
I can't wait to see him do that. I've never met your dad.
Correction.
I met your mom.
Correction.
Direction.
Correction. So anyway, she's like, then she accuses me of cheating off of the other girl.
Interesting.
Based on us having similar 4s. We like wrote our 4s the exact same way.
What the fuck?
I was like, I know, no, this is my 4. Like I write 4. My 4s were like fucked up. Like they look like 9s. And I remember being like, that's my 4. I mean, I know my 4s, but also because my previous teachers were always like telling me how bad my 4s were. So I was like, clearly that's my 4. And I'm the only one with this problem.
Yeah.
And this girl cheated off of me.
Did you guys sit next to each other or something? Or?
I think she must have sat near me.
Yeah, she must have.
Yeah, so she copied my messed up 9s, my messed up 4s. And for some reason, the lady was talking to me like it was me copying her when it easily could have been the other.
It could have been either way.
Kid, except, I mean, this was the 90s, right? The kid was Asian.
Oh.
So I think she was like,
she was being
the white
racist
girl
about it.
copied the Asian kid.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And numbers, it must have been a math class if we're talking about these 4s.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lots of 4s on the paper.
Totally.
Yeah. This was a class about 4s, I guess. And so I just remember being like, oh, so I'm getting accused of this. And there was no way to argue about it.
Totally. Also, like, I'm sure you don't remember this, but it's like, just based on the 4s, I feel like is so crazy. It's like, what about where they sit in the classroom? And also like, what their answers are.
Yeah.
And
the context
also,
of the whole test.
I'm sure you can find previous papers from both of them.
Yes.
To double check
Look
the
at her
fours.
previous fours.
Yeah.
And my previous fours.
Yes.
I am confident in my previous fours looking like 9s.
Or if she was really smart.
Yeah.
She should have separated the two of you, had you write all of the numbers, and then double checked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Before showing us.
Yeah.
Totally.
Before bringing up the fours thing.
And we're kids.
I know.
Like, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
Also, I realized this on the way here. I was in like the advanced placement classes in elementary, and the teacher would have known that.
Yeah.
So what's she thinking? Like, I got there cheating?
You cheated your way up?
Yeah.
Yeah. To the advanced math classes in 4th grade?
Yeah. I don't know. You know how I often even have this problem as an adult where people will just think I'm an idiot?
No.
Yeah.
I've never heard of this.
And so I'm like, was that happening in childhood too? I come across like I don't know what's going on, but I actually did. So I was doing well, but they're like, how can that be?
They're like, there's no way.
They're looking at me like, this girl,
smart.
She got there.
You're over there. They're like, there's no way this girl got a good grade on her test. And it pans over to you and you're like,
I know, I'm like drooling.
So
maybe
she was. What came? Do you remember what came of it? Like, did you get in actual trouble or?
I don't really remember. Like, I didn't have a defense.
Of course.
I may have said like I didn't, but that's about the best I could do at that time.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to be like, hey, why didn't, like everything you said.
Yeah.
Oh, why didn't you do this?
Yeah.
This is a real test.
Actually, I'll retake the test right now.
Yeah.
You take the big app and you hold it up and it says, fuck you. I need a lawyer.
Yeah. I forgot what I was going to say. It doesn't matter. But then it's funny because I there's this other video of me. This is younger though, I think.
Mm-hmm.
There's a video of me in ballet, and I may have told you about this too. I'm like a little tiny girl. We're doing like a show.
Oh,
you call that
like
a rehearsal?
No, it's a
rehearsal.
What's the name?
Recital.
Recital. That's what it is. Yeah,
that's what it is. It's a recital, and
God,
I'm
we're
like
both so stupid.
How was I in those classes? And it's a recital, and like there's just this video, and it's probably like 10 girls doing ballet. And I remember like thinking I knew what I was doing, but then in the video it like looks hilarious because I'm like in the center, but I obviously don't know the dance at all. And because I don't know it, I'm looking at the girl next to me and just copying her. Mm-hmm. So I'm just looking right at her and delayed doing every move.
Yeah.
But thinking I knew what I was doing.
You really knew what you were doing.
Yeah.
Well, it also could be, in your defense, that like you did know the moves, but you were nervous because you were doing it in front of people for the first time.
Yeah.
And that made you forget.
Yeah.
So like that's probably why you remember like being like, I know the dance.
Yeah.
And then it looking like you don't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It could be that. I'm not saying it is, but
I was already an anxious kid, not trusting myself to identify a lizard.
Yes.
Yeah.
Totally. So
which we don't say enough for people to know what that is.
You had to look to the lizard next to you.
Yeah.
We hung up the picture of that lizard in our living room, by the way.
Nice.
We just have it in our home as art.
Cool.
It's hanging next to. You remember the little? I think you got one too. Mm-hmm. When we were in New Orleans, there was that like weird like craft fair kind of place, and there was the little guys that looked like weird foxes.
Yeah.
So did you get a print of that?
I got a print of a fox surrounded by like foliage and looking really proud.
Yeah.
And then I got a weird bear that looks like he's just saying, hey,
Oh,
hey.
yeah. The bear and the one that I have, I think, are from the same artist.
Yeah.
That like pointy, like style. Uh-huh. So it's one where it's like a weird little fox guy and then its stomach is open and it has twins in it.
Oh yeah.
It's like creepy.
Yeah, I remember that now.
It's that and then the lizard next to each other.
Nice.
And then there's a picture of Dan Quayle with an octopus on his head that Dave brought to the apartment.
Who's Dan Quayle?
Dan Quayle was George Bush Sr.'s vice president.
Oh, okay.
And he publicly, during the 80s or 90s or whenever, I guess 90s or 80s, I mean.
80s, I think.
I remember, I think he was campaigning to become vice president with George Bush Sr., or he was trying to run for president himself, maybe against Clinton or something. And he was like, he's a Republican, so he's like, the world is horrible now. You know, Murphy Brown, who was a TV character in a sitcom, Murphy Brown is having a baby without a husband. The American family is failing. And everybody gets so mad at him that he spoke ill of Murphy Brown, a fictional TV character who got pregnant and decided to have the baby, that he lost the election.
Oh my God. That's so funny.
It's so wild that, like, do you remember the Dean scream? Are you aware of that?
Mm-mm.
Basically, his name was Howard Dean, I think, and he was running for president, and it might have been before the primaries. He might have been like a Democratic nominee, or he was running to be the Democratic nominee, and he was doing really, really well. And then at a rally, he was like, we're going to take this to New Hampshire, and then we're going to Vermont, and we're going to blah, blah, blah. And everybody's getting so hyped. And he's like, and then we're going to Wisconsin, baby. Woo! And that video of him going, woo, absolutely obliterated him in the polls. Like, everybody was like, this guy is weird.
You just can't be yourself, you know?
Yeah. And then Donald Trump was like, grab her by the pussy, and then won anyway.
Yeah.
It's like so insane.
God,
anyway.
Man.
Sorry, I interrupted your story. Do you have any
I
more
think
of the
that
story?
was it, really. Yeah.
Okay, sick.
Should we get into our
Hell
post?
yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Burping. Okay. This is from Today I Fucked Up. Today I fucked up by trying to start a standing ovation. I've always been obsessed with the psychology of clapping.
This is why I was so excited to read this post.
I know. The first line really got me.
I've always been obsessed with the psychology of clapping. Incredible.
God, dates must be hard. They must be difficult.
This is a story you would tell. You'd be like, he said he was obsessed with the psychology of clapping.
And I stayed on the date for 6 hours after
and
that.
then I fucked him. Anyway, I went home with him, and he wasn't that nice to me.
Why do audiences clap longer for certain things rather than others? Maybe more or less enjoyment?
Yeah,
I don't think there's a lot to it.
This guy's an alien.
Yeah. Also, there's more questions. These are his research questions. Also, how long do we all collectively know when to stop clapping? I'm like putting this in my mind. I'm like, this is like when I go to a conference. And I'm like, this talk is for 2 other people in the world.
Yeah.
And you somehow got 8 people here. Also, how do we all collectively know when to stop clapping? Is it a hive mind type of thing?
Oh my God.
We're all tapped into?
This guy's so funny.
He thinks he's going to have a TED Talk in a few years.
I know.
If he can just get some funding.
And he's like, I've always been obsessed with the psychology of clapping.
God, it's so funny.
This guy's a tough hang, dude.
Yeah. Okay. Then there's the standing ovation. Which blows my mind. Why do some standing ovations catch on? Others fail. I developed a theory. This post is so good.
Is the dumbest guy of all time.
I already want to
him.
read this again on next week's pod.
I know.
That's how much I'm enjoying this.
And then there's the standing ovation. Oh, God, this is so good.
So I developed a theory that the success of standing ovation rests solely on the first person to stand.
Whoa.
If that person stands with enough confidence and enthusiasm, the rest of the people will stand too.
I can't wait to see the thing he tried to do a standing ovation for.
I decided to test my theory at the community center today. Okay, did he go there to test it because he needed samples of people? Or was he already there and he's like, oh,
I might as well
do this.
I feel like since he's so obsessed with the psychology of clapping, that he went
looks
out
for
of his way
crowds.
to go. Yeah.
Although, and I'll get to this later, actually. Okay, so he's at the community center. Some old lady made a humongous quilted blanket that depicted some old lady. It's like the way he wrote everything else was so like scientific and like proper.
And he's just bored about some old lady
made a humongous quilted blanket.
Oh my God, is he going to try to make a standing ovation for the quilt?
Yeah, that's what it looks like. And that's what I know based on already having read this.
Yeah.
She makes humongous quilted blanket that depicts a bunch of orange and yellow cats wearing floppy sun hats. Man, what an adorable old lady with her little hobby. She was donating it to be auctioned off.
What is this fucking
to be auctioned off at the bazaar to raise money. After she brought the quilt up, everyone started clapping nicely, and I was like, people are clapping. Hey!
And he's like, now's my chance.
Every time he's with his girlfriend, which he doesn't have. Every time he's with a girl and they're in a place where people start clapping, he looks at her and he goes,
yeah. He's like, shut up, shut up, shut up.
She's like, hey, so did we make a reservation? He's like, I told you not to talk to me when people are clapping. You know how much I like clapping.
You know how obsessed I am with the psychology of clapping.
Everyone starts clapping nicely. I was in the third row and I stood up very confidently and confidently and conspicuously and started clapping with force.
The idea that an old woman holds up a blanket and he's like really like going all in. Sorry for our audio listeners.
I think he's doing the head nod with it
and he's
too.
like, yes,
you know?
yes.
And you know when they do this and then they look around and they're like, right guys?
Yeah.
Right? Confidence, conspicuousness, force.
Listing.
I don't think conspicuous is the right word, is it?
It
feels wrong to me.
I don't know what that word means at all.
Smart guy.
I when you said conspicuous, I was like, conspicuous?
Oh, it is conspicuously. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, conspicuously. So, like, obviously.
Oh, I was reading it as conspicuous.
Oh, okay. I really thought it was conspicuous, but then you were like conspicuous and you said it again. And I was like, oh, I don't know how to spell, so. Anyway.
I gotta get back to my SAT list.
That's right.
I was working on.
That's right.
That I'm working on, 20 years later or something?
Yeah, well, we know that you've done a lot of A's. Maybe you haven't gotten to C's yet.
Yeah, I didn't get to the C's.
You were like, I was studying SAT words, and then you were like, arborist, aberration. I did a lot of A's.
I got through a lot of the A's.
Yeah.
So he's clapping, right? I looked around. Not a single other person was even making the smallest motion to budge out of their chairs. Man, what disappointment. Evidence refuting your theory, and it's very clear.
Yeah.
But this is a bad test.
It's a bad test. It's a weird thing to do a standing ovation for.
It is. And also, he's saying this is what matters is this one thing. And it's and he's not considering context.
Yes.
He's not, he does no plans to even manipulate his own behavior across different crowds.
Yeah.
And maybe he did, but he didn't put that in here. And I feel like he would have if he's a serious man.
Yeah. Also, I'm seeing your PhD come out a little bit. You're like,
this would not get through peer review. I'm sorry. You're sending this? You're sending it to that journal? Oh, I'm sorry, dude. That's not a theory. It's a prediction. Okay. Conceptual problems. Interpretational issues. No generalizability. Methodological issues abound. The strength of evidence is incremental. Man, I hate saying all that, but it's fun to say it here. I've never said it here.
Oh my god. It's incremental. Oh, this one not
incremental advance. Sorry.
Oh my fucking God, that's so funny.
Let's get that cough in there, please. Can we turn up the volume on the cough? I was on my way here doing edits to one of the other pods.
Yeah.
And it was when my cough was so much worse, like 2.5 weeks ago.
Oh yeah,
Disgusting.
both of us had horrible coughs, and we were like, and decided to record a podcast anyway. God.
Okay, so after a few seconds, I sheepishly sat back down. My theory must have been flawed. Now everyone's going to think I'm ultra obsessed with cat quilts.
I love how this is. I want to remind everyone this is in the subreddit. Today I fucked up. He's like, today I fucked up by misleading everyone into believing I was into cat quilts when I'm really just into clapping.
Man, that guy really likes a cat quilt. That is all it would look like.
And he's like, wow, I really fucked up.
This is probably one of my favorite posts.
I know, it's so good. It's a legendary post.
Yeah, it's really good. I'm going to screenshot it now in case it gets deleted. Because, let's see if anyone...
Let's see what the comments are like.
Let's see. What if he meets... She's flashing the cook. You cook
Sorry,
your dog's meat
I just
well.
opened my phone to look at it, and then it was just on.
What if he meets his future collaborators in the comments? The only other people who are obsessed with clapping.
Then you can comment and be like, I work for a scientific journal. If you guys are interested, I'll give you an in.
If you're interested, I will reject your paper immediately. If you send it.
If you send it.
You might be right, but it has to warrant standing. They're saying, like, we get your theory.
Yeah.
A very good onstage theater performance would warrant it at the end. Can quilt? The bar's too low there. A standing ovation is a consequence of the audience's acknowledgement of multiple points of excellence, not one.
Yeah, it's like that. Then the question is, how do you, like, measure what warrants a standing ovation? You know what I mean? And then once you find the what actually warrants it, and you can measure that, then you can measure, like, how long it happens for. You know, at, like, Cannes Film Festival and shit, they will do standing ovations for movies for, like, an hour.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Nobody's inviting me, but if I showed up, I'd sit down after maybe 30 seconds.
Is it really go on? Not for an hour, but
it goes on for like
more than a few minutes?
It goes on for I think I'm not lying when I say an hour, but let me look it up. Yeah, let me look it up.
What? That is unbelievable.
Okay, longest standing ovation.
Can I also say, while you're looking this up, this guy, I mean, he's not going to find anything out if he just, it doesn't matter if he goes to a place where it's more appropriate. He's not going to find out if his theory's correct if he's just going to stand up and clap in a place where this would have already happened. It doesn't mean it's because of him.
Yes.
He just happened to do it first, maybe.
Yeah,
so
totally.
that doesn't show anything.
Yes. No,
he needs
100%.
to, you know what he needs to do? First, and this is before you start talking about it like a theory.
Yeah.
Is first you look at existing...
You fucked with the wrong editor for a science journal.
Here we go. Yeah, you got like 10 years of work to do before you get to this, buddy. First, you need to look at existing data. Maybe it's films of people applauding to different things. Try and figure out what the common factor is.
Yes.
And then you generate like, in these contexts, it looks like it's this.
Mm-hmm.
It takes a long time.
Totally.
And then you have like some like baseline, like here's what we know in a descriptive way about when people clap and when they stand and when they don't.
Yeah.
And then you go, why do they do it here and here and here? I think it's this reason. And then you run an experiment.
Yes,
but
totally.
You can't just go to a place and start clapping and people clap and you go, see?
Yeah,
that
totally.
Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, and it's like, he's like, so I went to the community center. And it's like just the weirdest place to do a fucking standing ovation. Like, anyway.
As people are leaving, they're passing him and he's like, I didn't like the cats that much. It was an experiment. It was an experiment. It was the psychology of clapping.
Follow my podcast, The Psychology of Clapping. So I looked it up. The longest standing ovation And what came up is Pan's Labyrinth at Cannes Film Festival, and it was 22 minutes.
Oh, okay. That's still crazy.
It's crazy to clap for that long.
Yeah.
But it's not even close to an hour.
Yeah.
I was like, I think it's an hour.
22 minutes.
I would hate to be, the director of that movie. I love that movie, but the director, Guillermo del Toro, that's like the people that they're clapping for.
Yeah.
And like the stars of the film and the crew and shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, you have to be like,
yes.
Hello, thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, like nodding the entire fucking time.
Oh my God.
And I would hate to do that.
I mean,
then it would feel like hours, you know?
This is also, I don't think it's that
Connor,
interesting
shut
to
up.
like, it would feel like hours. I don't think it's that interesting to like his question about when it starts is not interesting.
Yes.
Why people would continue for 22 minutes?
That's more interesting.
Because that seems crazy.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, then it gets into what he was actually talking about at the beginning. Like, is it hive mind?
Yes.
Like, it sounds fucking stupid when he's like, I love the psychology of clapping. And then, I love the kind of psychology of clapping, so I went to my community.